run. They're a little undersized, but they swarm defensively, and that's what we've seen so far.
Towson's 8-1, Clemson 7-2. Towson 4-0 in true road games this season. Clemson 6-0 at home, and Clemson is having a tough time containing Towson's interior threats. Holden gets 2 inside and stretches the lead to 6.
And that's Clemson's defense in the half court. You have to jump to the basketball and get over those screens if you're Chase Hunter, or you leave yourself vulnerable for layups.
Tyson knocks down the triple.
How impressive has Hunter Tyson been this season? Selects to come back for his 5th year in a Tiger uniform. He's the emotional leader for this team. He steps up, he talks, he has a good feel for his teammates, is what Coach Brownell has told us. Just does a terrific job all around of just being that steady role player for Clemson.
Nigel Russell answers nothing but nylon from deep.
Nigel Russell's a nice player. When you have 3 guys that are first-team all-conference, talk to Pat Scarry before the game. It's nice to have a guy like him who's willing to play a role, knock down shots, and be a quality defender.
Beadle from the corner circles it down. Josh Beadle just made his first 3 of the season for Clemson.
And that's Chase Hunter seeing the floor, help side, jumps to the ball, and he puts the skip pass on a dime. That's 2 assists in a row and 2 possessions. Chase Hunter has really developed that aspect of his game.
Are we just going to keep trading triples? Not this time, as Russell misfires from the corner. Oh, quick hands. We've seen that from Towson defensively early. Thompson the deflection. 4th Clemson turnover. And last year's Division II National Player of the Year, Sekou Silla, transfer from Nova Southeastern, the 6th man for this team. Instant offense off the bench.
Well, he's a rim attack guy, that's certain, but he's so strong physically, he's able to get where he wants. Josh Beadle wants another one.
Oh, goodness. He was 0 for 7 from deep coming into tonight, and he's knocked down his first 2 from that right wing.
That's just extra opportunities. Clemson using their size on the interior to crash the offensive glass, and that's the best time to shoot threes, Evan, because it comes back out and you're able to step right into it. Those are horse shots.
Clemson picking up where they left off in the second half against the Deacs on Friday. Cam Hold, another tough shot. Tigers in that second half were 8 for 12 from beyond the arc, so you add in the 4 for 5 start today. 12 of their last 17 good from beyond the arc.
I think any coach in the country will take that, but it's all because of their ball movement. That's the big part for Clemson.
Runner won't go. Strong rebound from Thompson. Points in the paint right now, Terrence. 10-zip in favor of the team in gold. These Towson Tigers won 25 ball games last year. Regular season champs in the CAA. Another tough shot. Silla with a left hand puts it in.
And Sekou Silla, he looks like he could play defensive end on Clemson's football team, but that's how these Towson guys are built, right? They're not overly tall, but just so physical, and Silla fits that description.
Chase Hunter rising up, too strong. Russell the rebound.
I don't love that shot for Chase Hunter for one reason. It was his first perimeter jumper of the game. If he's able to settle, step into one, that's where he's going to be able to have some success. As a shooter, it was always important for me for my first shot to be a good one.
Oh, great defense inside. Middlebrooks with a rejection. Hunter's second shot is good.
But you see the difference. First shot, he's going away from the basket. This time, he sees the mismatch, and they back up off of him. He steps right into it. That's a rhythm shot for Chase Hunter. He's a guy who can knock down those, but it needs to be, the selection needs to be really good to where his feet are set.
Clemson hasn't made a 2-pointer yet, but they're 5 for 7 from 3. Holden unable to respond. Rebound for Hunter Tyson. And the Tigers turn it over in the backcourt.
And that's a long distance 3 from Mr. Hunter. He misses his first, he comes back with his second. Clemson is battling to get back.
Warrior 1, Warrior 2. Instant jackpot.
Okay, downward dog, upward dog,
Tree pose.
dragonfly. Okay, give gratitude to your mind, your body, and you get it.
Namaste.
Fast play. Instantly win the growing jackpot now. Like now.
Alexa, can you tell Roomba to clean under the kitchen table?
Okay.
Quiet. It's Alexa.
I knew this day would come.
We're cleaning under the kitchen table.
キッチンテーブルの下の掃除です
Strap in, people. Brace yourselves.
Understands more voice commands than any other robot. iRobot OS.
CMAX presents The Cycle of Savings. It all starts with a proprietary formula that is scientifically proven to soak into engine metal and reduce carbon buildup, increasing fuel mileage, extending engine life, and saving you money with every mile. So that cycle of savings we talked about really adds up over a lifetime. Subscribe. Save. ZMAX. Buy or subscribe today at ZMAX.com. Pour, save, repeat.
11:24 to play here in the first half. Towson leading Clemson by 3. And tonight's presentation of ACC basketball is presented by your local Ford dealer. Let's quickly get to our keys to the game, brought to you again by your local Ford dealer. What you got, T?
Well, if you're Towson, your big three, your first team all-conference in the preseason, those guys have to be dudes, right? And everybody who watches basketball knows what dudes are. They have to be really good. For Clemson, size matters. You've seen them attack the offensive glass here early. It's resulted in a three-point opportunity for them. They have a size mismatch at the 4 and 5 positions. How they're going to be able to take advantage of that is key.
And yet, through the first 8 minutes, all of Clemson's success has come from the perimeter, and most of Towson's success has come in the paint.
Well, and it's all half-court execution, right? Towson runs good stuff, and they're not that tall, but once you see them in person, these are big, wide, grown men that Clemson's playing against. They're going to have to bring the physicality on the defensive end as well.
Towson's starting 5 includes 2 grad students, 2 seniors. Ryan Conway is the youngster, the redshirt freshman from Baltimore. Timberlake, tough shot, rebounded by Tyson.
That's good defense. Alex Hemingway keeping a hand up. Timberlake is one of the better shooters in the CAA. If he gets loose, he could get dangerous.
First minutes for Ian Shefflin, and the first points in the paint for Clemson.
And Shefflin's had some big games this season, a little bit undersized at the ACC level, but if he gets a mismatch, he can make you pay. Cam Holden, a little slight of frame compared to Shefflin. Shefflin able to make them pay.
Shefflin now trying to defend Silla to the post for Thompson. Thompson versus Tyson. Holden fakes it, had it poked away from behind, but Middlebrooks with his hand caught in the cookie jar, called for the foul.
And that's what makes Cam Holden so difficult to guard. He has this old man kind of game to where his shot fakes are elongated, and it takes him a second to he lets you react to his fakes.
Do you mean that as a compliment?
As a supreme compliment. He looks like his game's going to last forever. And some guys, they rely on quickness. It's a different story.
We got some old men who are watching who may take offense. Oh, this guy's
I'm one of those old men now.
Christian May in the game for Towson. This is a long 3, and Cam Holden puts it in again from deep.
Cam, that's the one thing where it's not very strong for him. He's a playmaker. He can score inside. He's an excellent passer. He hasn't shot the ball all that great. But this game right here, if he's able to knock some down, it's huge.
One of the great shooters in the league is Alex Hemingway, and that's his first of the night.
Goodness me, Clemson's on fire from the perimeter. Can't get much inside, but just finding opportunities from outside. Alex Hemingway, you can't give him too much space.
6 for 8 from 3. Towson's 3 for 8, which isn't bad, especially by their standards. The way they play. Silla, acrobatic shot, wouldn't go. Middlebrooks rips away the rebound. Beadle to the bucket. A lot of control. Thompson has it. 9.5 to play here in the opening stanza. And wave off the bucket if it goes. It doesn't. Illegal screen called on Charles Thompson. That's the first foul against the Towson Tigers. 10.5 minutes into the game.
And that puts Thompson in a bad spot because he's trying to screen and roll, and they're going to go underneath the ball screens, wing guarding Cam Holden. So if he rolls into the defense, he's obviously going to get called to that. He needs to be a little bit more patient when attacking the rim.
Clemson, a 20-point win over Wake Forest. Game was closer than the final score indicated. Clemson scored the final 10 points of the game. Wake Forest led by 7 at halftime. Clemson with a dominant second half performance, shot 70% in the final 20 minutes. Oh, quick hands, great defense, Nigel Russell. Russell coast to coast, it won't go down. Pat Scarry screaming for bucket interference.
And it looked like a goaltend from where we're sitting at, Evan. That's excellent transition defense. I think Clemson got a little bit lucky.
What if a defender hits the backboard when the ball's in the cylinder? Is that interference? Tyson for 3.
I forgot your question, but what a set offensively. And they continue to shoot the ball well from the perimeter. That's 7 threes already for Clemson. Pat Scarry said we have to defend the 3. It's been a struggle so far.
This is Clemson's first lead of the night. Down 5-0 and then 9-3. Air ball functions like a pass to Cam Holden, who misses it from point-blank range. Battle for the loose ball, and it will be a timeout.
Yes, it will be a timeout. Thompson got on the floor, called timeout.
And I believe we'll take it as well. Clemson on a quick 6-0 run. They're 4 of their last 5 from the field. 7 of 9 from 3. Five different Clemson Tigers have already hit from deep. They're on top for the first time tonight.
This is the easy way to a delicious holiday. Enjoy one of America's most loved holiday meals from the Fresh Market. Choose from 6 ready-to-heat feasts for gatherings from 2 to 14, including our holiday ham meal for 8 to 10 with our guest favorite bone-in spiral sliced honey ham and our traditional holiday meal, both starting at just $10 per person. Order these meals and more, including our new prime rib meal for 2 at thefreshmarket.com or visit your local store.
I'd love to have one of my own someday.
Thanks.
Oh, I was talking about your USAA bumper sticker.
My dad served. Passed membership down to me. I'll pass it to her.
That's a lucky kid.
USAA. It's for the military community.
Sometimes you'll get it. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes you'll wind up head over heels. You gotta trust your gut. As long as you keep going, it's all good. Because it's all one big, glorious ride. And being a passenger is not an option. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
I have, over my 30 years, seen many patients who have excessive sweating. I recommend Carpe. It's a game changer.
Carpe is up to 3 times stronger than a regular strength antiperspirant. Try it today at mycarpe.com with limited time free shipping.
Zaxby's, the official chicken of Bally Sports South and Southeast.
Entertaining first 12 minutes here at Little John Coliseum. It's time for Toyota on the Floor, presented by your local Toyota dealers. Timberlake, Holden, and Thompson, the 3 preseason first team all-conference stars for the Towson Tigers and for the Clemson Tigers. Freshman Beadle had not made a 3 all season. He was 0 for 7 coming into tonight. He's 2 for 2 this evening.
Comes in aggressive.
Another weapon for Brad Brownell's arsenal.
Well, he comes in aggressive. He's a guy that's been in and out of the lineup as far as playing time is concerned. He comes in and he gives you an offensive boost that only helps things. But he's got that amount of athleticism to be a difference maker for the Tigers. It's just how much is his focus going to be able to carry him to elongated minutes.
Brad Brownell thought his team played about as well as they could in the second half on Friday. He knows they're going to need to play great tonight as well. Holden to Thompson, like Stockton to Malone.
You have to love it. And Cam Holden comes off a ball screen this possession. Last possession, he's finding guys when operating in the post, and then he goes back and guards the 4-man. He just provides so much versatility for you offensively.
And Shefflin tumbles down, and that's Clemson's 7th turnover.
been sloppy with the basketball. But here's kind of the counter to that. If they don't turn it over, they're making a three.
Yeah, that's basically been the story. Getting outscored 14-2 in the paint. Towson has done its work inside. Holden's got 7, including the 3. This is a Towson team that makes fewer than 6 threes per game. They've already got 3 though this evening. Battle in the post. The foul's going on Shefflin.
It's interesting. Clemson switching 1 through 5. P.J. Hall getting stuck out on Cam Holden. Now he's not going to blow by you per se, but at the same time, that herky-jerk game, you got to have P.J. Hall in for a long time for you to be effective. Are you going to be able to attack him consistently if you're able to get that switch?
Just a second team foul called against Clemson. Russell puts his head down and pushes off.
That was a pretty clear call right there. A little too physical coming off. Goes right down. You want some aggressiveness, but the little push off doesn't help things. Offensive foul, pretty plain to see.
Nigel Russell, experienced college basketball player, 117 games in the Ohio Valley Conference for Southeast Missouri State.
Houston, Texas native. Just does all the little things for Towson. You need guys like that whenever you have 3 stars that can go get you buckets.
Shefflin inside for Hall. The righty hook is good.
That's just good Clemson basketball. Ball changes sides of the floor. You attack, get down to the low post, and PJ just so reliable when he gets in that area.
5 points in 6 minutes for Hall, coming off a 21-point, 8-rebound game this past Friday night against Wake Forest.
Ball getting stuck in Towson, Cam Holden's hands a little bit too much, but he's still able to find ways to be effective.
And they just called Shefflin for a second foul. Brad Brownell does not like it.
You see a little screen and roll, nice pitch back, and excellent entry by Ian Shefflin. PJ doesn't miss many of those.
Shefflin matched his season high with 3 assists on Friday. Picked up his first assist of the night there. But now he's on the bench with 2 quick fouls. Ball finds Timberlake, who attacks the rack, scores and 1.
I'll give you this. Nicholas Timberlake is a problem offensively whenever he's being aggressive. Terrific. He's more of a shooter, but he gets a lane, drives to the bucket. He's a good athlete, Mr. Lepler, and that's a tough finish by 25.
It's the story of this Towson team. Experienced toughness. This is the 99th career game for Timberlake. He had 15 against LIU on Friday and a road win for the Towson Tigers. They trailed at halftime, much like Clemson did, but strong performance in the second half to win on the road.
And what do you not want to do with a big-time shooter? You don't want to put him on the line to get a clean look at it, right? Hemingway's done a nice job contesting so far, but if he's able to get a couple of clean looks, that could get dangerous.
First foul on Hemingway. 3-point play for Timberlake. Towson back up by 1. Hall, great position. Chance for 3.
And that's continuous movement by the Clemson offense. Towson showing a little bit of a 3-2 matchup zone, and PJ just staying active in the middle of the floor. Chase Hunter, excellent vision, able to go through the contact.
Biggest part of this play, Terrence, that's the second foul on Charles Thompson.
And that's big because he's a beast on the boards at almost 8 a game, and he's a double-double machine. He's a guy that can compete physically with Clemson in the low post.
PJ had 2 off-season surgeries. He worked his minutes up slowly on his way back into the lineup. He played 22 minutes on Friday, and I'll say the way he played on Friday, when he was on the floor, if you didn't know that he was coming off off-season surgery, you'd think this is P.J. Hall at his best.
Well, his skill level is the big thing. Like, is he playing his way back into shape? Sure. But Coach Brownell trying to do a couple of things to help him out as far as his fatigue level is concerned. Clemson going to a little bit of a matchup 2-3 zone. You see the X's and O's of 2 coaches. Defensively, Towson in a 2-3, then Clemson in a 2-3. You're going to see a lot of back and forth as far as that's concerned. Talked to Coach Scary before the game. he said, I'm stubborn. I want to play man. I want our guys to compete. But you have to throw different lineups, or not different lineups, excuse me, but different looks defensively to get guys out of rhythm.
Take us in the mindset of a player. You're playing against a man-to-man defense for 14, 15 minutes, and then there's a sudden possession of zone. How does that change? How quickly can you adapt?
Well, if nothing else, it puts you on your heels because you feel like you have to figure it out, and that's really what you want more than anything.
Hunter Tyson's three won't go, and the three Towson Tigers there combine for the rebound.
Towson's done a nice job swarming the back.
That's what they do. And that's what Pat Scarry said was a key to the game. He said, I know Clemson has size, but that's what we do. We're out-rebounding our opponents by about 7 boards per game for the season. 11 to shoot for Timberlake. Grad student from Braintree, Massachusetts. He's got some Hunter Tyson hops, doesn't he? Holden backdoor. Russell lays it in.
That's just ball changing sides of the floor. How about Timberlake's aggressiveness? I don't love that he's jumping to pass, Evan, but he's still finding the right play. But that's Cam Holden doing what Cam Holden does best. Attacks the defense, sees the floor, and gets the open guy some shots.
P.J. Hall unimpeded to the rim.
It's high-level offense, both sides. I mean, when the ball changes sides of the floor, that help side shifts a little bit, and then guys can get lost. And PJ slipping the screen and getting there for an easy 2.
Hall into double figures for the 7th time this season. Timberlake, deep 3 is good.
Just a pure shooting stroke does Timberlake have. And like I said, Towson going back into it looks like a 1-2-2. But Timberlake, you can't give him easy looks early in the game.
Brevin Galloway. Tyson the rebound for Hemingway. Got it.
It's a horse competition, Evan. It's a horse competition. 3 for 3.
Both teams are 4 of their last 5 from the floor. Clemson now 8 for 12 from beyond the arc.
The ball sticking a little bit for Towson.
Conway, a little teardrop, no. Holden was fouled going for the rebound by Chase Hunter.
And the ball continues to move for Clemson, and shots are going up and shots are falling. Hemingway joining the party.
A new kind of superfood? Hardee's new Super Bacon Biscuit has twice the bacon and is available till noon on the weekends.
The universe provides.
Bite into the new Super Bacon Biscuit, only at Hardee's.
Hi, I'm Jeff from Nuts.com. When my grandfather started this business in 1929, he relied on 4 important values: freshness, quality, variety, and service. I'm proud to carry on his legacy, but from a bigger space. We still freshly roast, season, and dip delicious nuts here in New Jersey and deliver them with the freshest dried fruits, snacks, and sweets to families that love our products all around the country, including mine. We think you'll love Nuts.com too, so check us out and enjoy free shipping on your first order.
Big news. We're all morning people now. Nope, you're not less lazy. Hardee's now serves super sausage biscuits anytime before noon on weekends.
What?
Again?
Bite into the new, meaty Super Sausage Biscuit, only at Hardee's.
Dupixent helps you do more with less asthma and can help you breathe better in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent is an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma that's not for sudden breathing problems. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Ask your specialist about Dupixent.
That's already had 3 ties and 5 lead changes. Clemson leading Towson with 3:32 to play in the half. Our Hardee's star to watch tonight is Chase Hunter. Prior to this season, Terrence, he had never averaged more than 2 assists in a game. He's already got 4 assists tonight.
Well, he just developed into that point guard role. Clemson had a mass exodus of point guards last season. Nick Honor departed for Missouri, and Alamir Dawes decided to go to Seton Hall, to go back home to Seton Hall, rather. And Chase Hunter had to slide over one position, and he has thrived because of it. And I think it has a lot to do with just having the ball in his hands and able to generate a rhythm that way.
4 assists already. It's the 8th time in 10 games this year he's had at least 4 assists in a game. Chase Parr is the biggest man on this Towson team at 6'10". He's only played 15 minutes all year, but he gets a couple first half minutes tonight. He draws a foul inside. Just the 6th team foul on Clemson, so Towson inbounds from the baseline.
Chase Parr is interesting because tough shot.
Chase Parr pays it off immediately.
And he's interesting because in George Washington, his previous school, he was a starter. Started 30 out of 34 games his final year there, and has had trouble cracking the rotation for Towson just because this team plays a little bit faster. But he's just that big body that can compete with the high majors. Wow, they are blowing the whistles and having a tight call today.
We didn't have a foul for the first 10.5 minutes of the game, but the last 6-7 minutes have been a little bit more tightly whistled.
Or changed their mind.
Yeah. Chase Parr picks up his first. P.J. Hall picked up his first on the previous possession. R.J. Godfrey into the game for Clemson. First minutes for the freshman from Sewanee, Georgia. Godfrey looking for his offense right off the bench, and he'll get to the free throw line. The foul on Silla.
R.J. Godfrey is a strong young man, only a freshman. His father played for the Dallas Cowboys for a long time, and you can see it in his physique ahead of his years. Hunter Tyson giving him an earful because he messed up the inbounds play. But that being said, I like R.J. Godfrey from Sewanee, Georgia. Big, strong body, has some skill, can put it on the deck. You have to like the way he's competing early.
And now a quick message from Works Nitro.
Meet Works Nitro. Powerful tools for any project with gas-like power without the gas. Fueled by PowerShare batteries to give you the power to outperform.
1 of 2 for Godfrey. He's now 4 for 7 from the line in his collegiate career. It's early. 1-point game. Holden, bad pass, but Timberlake collects it. Trying to get around Hemingway, who plays him well defensively. Brownell was talking about Hemingway's improved defense earlier today. Did he step out of bounds? Yeah.
Sure did. Going back to Hemingway, you know, he takes really long steps, and when he defends other players, he's got long arms and does a nice job keeping Timberlake's airspace away. He doesn't give him any room to get a shot off.
Closing in on 2 minutes to play in the half. Towson's only loss all season was a post-Thanksgiving matchup with Fairfield in Savannah, Georgia. Pretty good Fairfield team, by the way. In the lane, Silla can't finish, and a strong rebound inside for P.J. Hall.
A lot of contacts. Hunter Tyson kind of getting stuck.
Both coaches were upset with the officials there, and Chase Hunter comes in and nails another 3.
But what's the difference between his 2 made threes and the one he missed? He's stepping right into it. His body balance is straight up and down. Chase Hunter, that's an easy a shot as he's going to get.
Good hands by Chase Hunter. He's got Tyson to his right, and he bounces it past him.
That's one you have to have.
Yes, it is.
It's one you have to have to extend a lead on a Towson team that's really, really good. Coach Brownell,
look, they're
not pleased.
They're shooting 54%, but 9 first-half turnovers.
And a lot of them are sloppy, handing them right to the other team and then giving Towson a chance. Now, that being said, dead ball turnovers don't hurt you as much because you can get back and set your defense.
Dead ball turnovers in a 3-on-1 situation when you should have a layup.
Exactly. Both teams, the ball's starting to stick a little bit.
Holden to the corner. Russell for 3. Rebound, Hunter Tyson. Again looking to push. Chase Hunter steps into another. Holden corrals the rebound.
But that's one you're okay with. Chase Hunter's already hit 2 right in a row. Steps into it, rhythm shot. Cam Holden.
What a move.
What a move. And that's where he's so dangerous. And keep in mind, that's a point guard posting up Hunter Tyson. He operates in the pick and roll. He operates in the post. That's what makes him so dangerous. A little bit like Pickett from Penn State 2 games ago for Clemson. Kind of operates in the same manner.
Clemson Tigers prevailing in double OT last week against Penn State in the ACC Big Ten Challenge. Hemingway too strong, and the rebound for Timberlake. Final seconds of the half. Timberlake gets away with a little push-off, missed the shot. Tyson the rebound. 3-court, well, he traveled, didn't get it off anyway, and that'll do it for the opening 20. That was like 4 steps into the 3/4 court shot.
He had to gather his momentum, but this is a high-level basketball game. Both sides really competing well. A lot in the pace.
20 minutes of basketball.
Been a terrific ball game, and Pat Scarry told us before the game we really need to guard the 3, and he just came up to us and said, well, that's working great.
He said so much for guarding the 3. And he asked us if that play was a goaltend, and we said we didn't get a replay, but we think it was. And it's a 1-possession game. Thompson picked up 2 fouls. He's back in there. Holden, cross court. Conway, bullseye.
Wow. What a pass from Cam Holden. But Conway, the Seton Hall transfer, he's a guy who can knock down shots. I mean, top 100 kid coming out of high school, somebody that can get hot in a hurry.
Conway, 7 of his last 14 from 3. P.J. Hall, not this time. Thompson with another rebound, his 6th. Brad Brownell said something interesting before the game about this Towson team. He just said their pieces fit together. They're a different team, but it works. I think you're seeing that tonight. Their chemistry, their cohesion, and their unique skill sets from one player to the next makes them a tough guard.
Well, they fit together really well, but Cam Holden, if he's able to operate in the post, Hunter Tyson a little too handsy. But he comes downhill, he sees the opposite corner, and Conway's able to knock it down. But you're right, they fit each other really well. And I've heard Coach Brownell say that before when he talked about his Sweet 16 team with Dante Grantham and Gabe DeVoe and Shelton Mitchell. They all fit together really well. Towson kind of operates in that same way.
Good start to the second half for the Towson Tigers. They score 4 straight. Back in front. Beg your pardon, 5 in a row for Towson.
You see what the emphasis is right away. Get that ball to P.J. Hall and let that man work. Using his size advantage on the interior. Also knowing that Charles Thompson picked up 2 quick ones in the first half.
Yep. And a third early in the second could be a game changer. Holden versus Tyson. Holden. Battle for the board won by Thompson. Shot clock didn't reset. 4 to shoot. In the corner, step back Conway. Got it!
Oh man, big time shot. A little bit out of sorts, but big time players can make some big time plays. Holden step back in the corner.
8-2 start to begin the second half for the Towson Tigers. And there's the 3rd foul on Charles Thompson.
How about in the corner? Step back away from 3. Ryan Conway knocking it down. Nice player. Played for Team Takeover in the Nike EYBL. Had a solid Peach Jam. They really like his long-term potential in the Colonial.
Towson's counting on Chase Parr to give them some key minutes here. Some size off the bench with Thompson in foul trouble. Handoff for Tyson to the corner. Hunter. Rebound ripped down by Timberlake. Timberlake, a guy who moves quickly but always seems like he's in control. Parr, bounce pass, up and under, and a foul on Middlebrooks. will send Holden to the line.
And that's on Ben Middlebrooks. If you're going to go for a steal, you better get it because you're putting your teammates in a bad position. Chase Parr at 6'10", able to make some decisions. Nice patience by Cam Holden as well. You have to be solid against this Towson team who thrives when attacking the painted area.
Second foul on Middlebrooks. Holden misses a free throw for the first time for Towson tonight. I remind you to stick around for the fast break presented by your local Ford dealer. It is coming up at some point later on here in the second half. Holden missed them both. 67% free throw shooter, 0% that trip. 4-point game.
It's really the only hole in his game. I mean, he's unorthodox in how he handles the rock. If he shoots the ball well, he's making that defense get out and guard.
Hunter Tyson, fade away. Nope. Over the back, caught on Middlebrooks. There's his third.
Chase Parr is giving Towson good minutes. He's the only guy with any significant size that can match up with Ben Middlebrooks. Doing a nice job on the interior.
Clemson doing a good job defending the three over these past stretch. And I was just going to ask you about P.J. Hall. Thompson picked up his third foul. Hall left the game as well. Got a little bit of a blow. Now he's back in there after about 90 seconds on the bench.
Well, you also have to be careful with his minutes, right? Coming off of injury during the offseason. He's going to be around that 25-minute per game mark, at least in the early going.
Somehow Russell able to maintain the dribble there, tumbling down. Timberlake, acrobatic shot, and he was fouled.
That's lower body strength and a good athlete. Timberlake goes left and extends up, and he was able to do so quickly on balance that Hemingway never really was able to catch up. You see, comes up, plants, straight up. Oh, not a whole lot of contact.
And the fans at Little John Coliseum are seeing the replay.
A lot of people on that far sideline, or at least the students behind that far sideline, asking for a flop call.
Timberlake scored 20 or more in 3 straight games mid-November. His scoring has dropped off a little bit since then, but he's still averaging 15 a game for the season. And he's got 10 tonight.
Well, he's very much the lightning rod for this team. If he's able to go for 20 or 25 points, you know what you're getting from Cam Holden. You know what you're getting from Charles Thompson. If he's able to give you good minutes in shot making, it adds a whole different element.
Hunter rising long two. He knew he missed it. Battle for the board. Hunter in there. Hall comes up with it and lays it in.
That's just an effort play right there. Pat Scarry looking at Chase Parr saying, you got to come down with that one, big fella. But P.J. Hall just putting in the extra effort and is rewarded.
14 for P.J. and counting.
Outside of that foul, Alex Hemingway's done a nice job on Nicholas Timberlake. I mean, staying in his shooting pocket, not able to get anything, and you're willing to live with this.
Cam Holden knocks down the three. Only 25% from three on the season, but that was a huge shot there. And the Towson Tigers have their largest lead of the night here at Little John.
That changes the game for Coach Pat Scarry.
Oh my goodness! A thunderous slam from P.J. Hall. And a quick timeout from Brad Brownell.
How are you feeling, P.J. Hall?
He's feeling good.
Comes down the middle. Forget about it. Up. And a serious flush. Sending a message for the Tigers.
It's bow time. Put a bow on it this holiday season when you use the Bojangles app. Because nothing says seasonings greetings like sharing a big bow box with boldly seasoned chicken, handcrafted fixins, and biscuits. Order yours tonight. It's bow time.
Sometimes you'll get it. Sometimes you won't. Sometimes you'll wind up head over heels. You gotta trust your gut. As long as you keep going, it's all good. Because it's all one big glorious ride. And being a passenger is not an option. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up. This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer on select Ford vehicles. Choose a vehicle in stock or simply place a custom order. Lock in your rate and you're protected, even if rates go up before your order comes in. So much. And that's how Ford is helping you. I'm proud of you, kid. Shine bright. New inventory is here, but it won't last long. Hurry in for 2.9% for 60 months on a 2022 Explorer.
CMAX presents The Cycle of Savings. It all starts with a proprietary formula that is scientifically proven to soak into engine metal and reduce carbon buildup, increasing fuel mileage, extending engine life, and saving you money with every mile. So that cycle of savings we talked about really adds up over a lifetime. Subscribe. Save. ZMAX. Buy or subscribe today at ZMAX.com. Pour, save, repeat.
It's bow time. Some folks say don't call it a comeback. But when the sizzling, savory pork chop griller's back for a limited time in all its tender, marinated glory, go ahead. Call it a comeback. It's bow time.
Zaxby's, the official chicken of Bally Sports South and Southeast.
Clemson led by 2 at halftime, but it's Towson now up 5 with a quick spurt to begin the second half. More of the same for Towson, doing work on the interior, and the Clemson Tigers, well, they've only attempted 1 3 in the first 4.5 minutes of the second half, and they are 0 for 1 after making 9 triples in the first 20.
Well, Cam Holden's been a big reason why they've been able to take all 5 points here in the second half so far. And he's just such a tough cover, but Towson doing a much better job defensively of getting out and contesting shooters.
Cam Holden has had an interesting, confused look toward his bench as he dribbled the ball up the floor. Almost like, what play are we running again? Oh, yeah, this one, where I dribble on Hunter Tyson and then miss the shot.
And that's what coaches love, Evan, when you come out of a timeout and don't know the play.
Good move, everything but the finish there for Holden. Started his career at Gulf Coast State, then at UT Martin before coming to Towson, part of the regular season championship campaign a year ago. Alex Hemingway steps to the elbow, kicks it, Hall for 3. And the rebound controlled by Towson's Cam Holden. Holden coast to coast all the way for 2.
Wow, and it's not just Holden. Chase Parr did an excellent job sealing his man, looking for a post touch, and Cam Holden just said, you know what, I'm just going to take it myself.
Shefflin on the dive, can't make the clean catch. It was last touch by Towson, and we'll get ourselves a timeout. Cam Holden, a difference maker, averaging 16 points a game. He's well on his way tonight. He's got 16 already.
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a versatile HR-V, a sporty Civic, or a stylish Accord, start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Works Nitro. Professional-grade battery technology engineered to give you the power to outperform. High-capacity batteries that let you do more with every charge, all with the portability and ease of the PowerShare platform. Unlock the full potential of gas-like power to get your job done better and faster than ever before. With Works, you can do more with every charge. Ready to level up your tool game? Check out the full lineup of outdoor power equipment and power tools today, only at Works.
Saturday on Bally Sports South, division rivals face off for a rematch in New York. Brent Burns and the Hurricanes will fight to overcome the Islanders. Coverage begins Saturday at 7 on Bally Sports South and the Bally Sports app.
Back at Little John Coliseum, where Cam Holden is feeling mighty comfortable tonight against the Clemson Tigers.
Well, he's been excellent, whether it's attacking the rim or knocking down some shots, which is not typically what he does, but he's just such an excellent passer. And if he's knocking down shots, he changes the way that you have to guard that team. And in transition, there has to be better communication for Clemson.
Well, the CAA preseason first team was 3/5 Towson Tigers. Holden, Thompson, and Timberlake all honored. College of Charleston is going to be one of Towson's feisty contenders at the top of the CAA. A couple of fantastic Pats leading those teams. Pat Scarry and Pat Kelsey. They play on New Year's Eve. That's going to be one heck of a basketball game in Maryland. Can Clemson come up with an answer? Hunter Tyson. Yeah!
Wow, what an excellent set coming out of the timeout. Hunter Tyson just coming off, getting his feet set. Terrific work out of the timeout. Brad Brownell drawing that one up.
10-3 of the night. Timberlake comes up short. 10-3 for Clemson as a team. 18 tries. Second chance this trip for Towson. 4-0 in true road games this year. Dating back to last year, they've won their last 7 true road games in a row. You don't see that very often in college basketball. This would be a big one tonight. Tyson, step closer this time. Rebound, Shefflin, kick out, Chase Hunter, got it!
He is money whenever he walks right into it. Whenever he's going sideways, it's really difficult, but he's hit 3 today. Head on offensive rebounds, Evan. That's whenever you're able to get that kind of look.
6-0 run in 44 seconds. Holden unable to answer, but the long rebound finds Timberlake, who hits Parr, who's met by P.J. Hall at the rim. Ruled Towson ball. Hall can't believe it, but a heck of a defensive stand by the big man.
And it's hard to argue. Great defensive possession. Parr, that was off his shoulder.
Sure was.
PJ has good right to be upset, but
on the inbound, it's Timberlake. His defender Hemingway got clipped by a screen, running to stay with him and fell down, and Timberlake knocks down the short 12-foot baseline J.
Timberlake, he's been patient. I think that's a big credit to him. They've guarded him hard. Hemingway's done a nice job limiting catches, but when he's gotten the opportunity, he's been good.
Bump on the perimeter. Nigel Russell picks up the second. He immediately looks over to his coach. He's like, yeah, I got it. We're good. I got it. No worries. Let me play. All the things that they work on and shoot around. Running the opposing team's plays. Wow. Towson bench is calling them out right now.
I mean, they called out everything they were going to do to a T. Excellent scouting job.
Tough fadeaway by Hall. Can't connect. Rebound Holden.
Who else than Cam Holden?
He's got 6 rebounds, 5 assists now to go with 16 points. Pat Scarry said they needed him to have a big game, and he's having one. Will it be 11 to shoot for Towson?
Timberlake being aggressive. Hit a couple of shots. A little overeager as Ben Middlebrooks comes into the game. I like the substitution. Little TV timeout for P.J. Hall. Gave him a little extra breather. They're going to need him for the duration of this game. He might go over 25 minutes today.
PJ's at 19 right now. Russell for Timberlake. Long 2. Who touched it last? Towson did. It's Clemson ball.
They don't love that call, but
they all even out, right?
They all even out.
Timeout on the floor. 3-point game.
I love to have one of my own someday.
Thanks.
Oh, I was talking about your USAA bumper sticker.
My dad served. Passed membership down to me. I'll pass it to her.
That's a lucky kid.
Sure, you should teach him to ride a bike. Then use Greenlight and teach him how to invest in bikes. Teach him to be smart about money, and he'll go far.
Super far. Oh, hey, Mom.
Navigate the world of money together. Invest in your best investment. Greenlight.
Skillful technicians and salespeople are in great demand. Earn up one
for just $1. At last, a sequel that lives up to your expectations. Buy one, get one for $1 Big Bufords. You've earned it. Get checkers delivered through our rewards app.
I
At the original Mattress Factory, everyone always asks us, what's your secret to success?
Well, you start with the best materials. Roll up your sleeves, so your hands are going to do a lot of the work.
Add honesty, transparency, and a customer-first focus.
You sweat the small stuff to ensure the best product possible.
So, what's our secret?
The truth is, there is no secret.
Right now at Checkers, buy one Big Buford, get a second one for just $1. At last, a sequel that lives up to your expectations. Buy one, get one for $1 Big Bufords. You've earned it. Get Checkers delivered through our rewards app.
Predators, Lightning, Thursday at 6:30, 5:30 Central.
Time for tonight's CPI Security, protecting the paint. Towson, maybe the shorter team, but they have been really tough to penetrate on in the post.
Well, active hands, they're doing it by committee. That's the big thing. As soon as that ball goes in a painted area, they swarm to it. And they're doing it without fouling. Clemson only 3 free throw attempts so far in the game. Just well coached defensively. Guys are jumping to help and doing a terrific job.
I think you're absolutely right when you say they're doing it by committee, and I think there's often a negative connotation to that, like, oh, they don't have anybody that can do it by themselves. It's a good thing that they're defending by committee tonight.
Defensively, especially, right? Because when you're playing against teams that have one guy that can really tear you apart, you're guarding him with the entire 5, right? And they're doing a nice job. Anytime Clemson gets in there, they're seeing 2 or 3 bodies at a time. And that makes things difficult. It makes decision-making difficult. It makes shot-making difficult. And they're doing it without fouling. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Like only 3 free throw attempts for Clemson. We came in thinking Clemson was going to be physical and a little bit have that size advantage, but Towson is doing it in different ways.
Towson's only been called for 7 fouls in 28 minutes. There's the 8th. And I believe it's on Nigel Russell. No, they're going to give it to Charles Thompson. That's his 4th. That's his 4th.
And you have to love the move. Little up, little under. A lot of contact. Chase Hunter not typically a post-up threat, but inverting the offense a little bit.
I'm not sure Charles Thompson gets that foul called on him if he doesn't bring his arm down at the last minute. Take one more look at this, Terrence.
And they see 32 coming down to try to help, and it's on the way up. I mean, it's hard to really argue. Holden goes straight up. Russell just got beat. Thompson needs to know better on that occasion. Stay up, guard your guy. You're so important to your Tigers team. Towson Tigers team.
Chris BQ, junior from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, replaces Thompson, who picks up his 4th with 11:42 to play.
The first Canadian to play for Pat Scarrett. Opening up recruiting lines everywhere.
You ever been to Montreal?
I have not.
It's a great, great place to visit.
Need to get up there.
Josh Beadle's coming back in for Clemson, replacing Chase Hunter. And Hunter Tyson's back as well.
Hunter Tyson's defensive versatility has been important because he can guard Cam Holden on the perimeter, and he's also big enough to give him problems in the post. He's going to have to turn it up here in the second half to close out this game.
Timberlake fakes it, kicks it. Russell, nope. Tyson, another rebound, his 10th of the game.
Timberlake came out wide open, and he lost the handle of the ball. Smart play. I would have shot it anyway.
Hunter, I know you would have. Hunter Tyson 1 point shy of another double-double. Had his 4th career double-double on Friday against Wake Forest, 15 and 10.
BQ a little too handsy out on the perimeter. Sometimes your bigs aren't used to guarding out there as often. In Middlebrooks, I'm a little shocked he put it on the floor looking to attack. That's not typically his game. But he's really improved. I mean, Ben Middlebrooks from Florida, was highly recruited, came a year early. Sister played tennis at Clemson. The family atmosphere is real.
Sure is. especially with the Hunter family. Then you have Hunter Tyson going to work on Holden. Around and out, Middlebrook showing his skill on the offensive boards. I'll reward the big man with that post up there.
Give him that extra effort. I like this, though. Get Josh Beadle to his left hand. Had an angle, didn't take advantage.
Now Middlebrooks gets a chance to go to work. He's wondering where the whistle was. Timberlake to the rack. No. Battle for the board. Bodies crash to the ground. Who is the foul going to be on?
Everybody. It should have been on everybody.
It's on Middlebrooks. And that's his fourth.
And it's going to be interesting to see, is this a hook and hold type of situation? Even so, BQ, if you don't get that foul call, heads up play to throw it up Middlebrooks, who was already laying out of bounds.
PJ Hall back in. An active stint on the floor for Ben Middlebrooks.
He does exactly what you need as a backup 5, but PJ just brings you so much more offensively.
Using all of his fouls tonight. PJ's only got 1 foul, along with 16 points. He's back in there defending. Holden in the corner with 5 to shoot. Holden on the dribble. Holden on the drive and score for Towson.
It's so unorthodox, and you can never tell if he's going full speed. He dribbles that ball up around his shoulder at 6'5". You're thinking he's about to go up with it, and he just keeps you so off balance. What a tough cover.
And he's strong, too.
Yeah, exactly right.
Oh, there's the steal. Holden ruled that he stepped out of bounds. Pat Scarry is in disbelief.
That was very close. Pat Scarry does not agree. We're going to be able to take another look at it. Gets out in the passing lanes. That one's not out. That one's not out. That one was. It was on the pass.
Yes, I think it was.
You know, we're singing his praises a lot.
What did he say?
He's saying there might be a little home court advantage there.
Oh, 3 for Tyson. Clemson within 1. Pat Scarry always has a quip for his audience.
We ought to give him a microphone.
Yeah, well, you'd have to put it on a 10-second delay.
That's right.
Timberlake got it.
Wow, Mr. Timberlake. It is so difficult. Not a lot of guys can do this. Come off a down screen, set your feet going away from the basket, and knock down shots. Timberlake can do just that.
Hall somehow maintains possession, hits Hemingway, and the foul.
Hemingway on the cut, but it's all the extra effort. PJ Hall getting the loose ball. Excellent pass. An athletic finish for Mr. Hemingway.
3rd foul on Nigel Russell.
That kid's fired up.
Alex Hemingway. 31 minutes tonight. Has barely. He actually, I think he's played the entire game.
Well, he's done a terrific job defensively, and basically whatever he gives you on offense is just a bonus, but he's just so efficient.
Trading trays, new school and old school. Back and forth we go. Tigers versus Tigers. I was thinking it might make sense tonight to just call Towson like the Baltimore Bengals or something.
It would be easier.
Foul call here. And Towson's going to get free throws. PJ Hall just picked up his 2nd.
But Conway, he hit a couple of shots earlier in the game. Gets the guy off his feet. Good aggressive play trying to set a tone as PJ Hall, but too much body on it.
Ryan Conway has not had many free throws this year, but he has not missed.
He's been good tonight.
He's been very good.
Ryan Conway, I mean, he's gaining confidence by the game. And Towson has a couple of guys injured. Captain Jason Gibson out with a back injury. Radir Hicks with an ankle. And as a result, guys like Conway see more floor time, and then you get those guys confident as you go into conference play.
Conway, who averages 5 points a game, is in double figures for just the second time this year. He's got 11. Towson by 3. Looking inside for PJ Hall, and Chase Parr called for the hold.
And if you're Chase Parr, you have good position, and you're forcing that catch further away from the basket. Don't get greedy at the last moment. Go for that steal. Play position defense. That's where Towson has thrived so far.
Beadle's going to stay in. It's Hunter Tyson that's going to get a breather around the 8-minute timeout.
For what it's worth, Evan, I have thoroughly enjoyed watching.
Oh, PJ Hall brings the thunder for Clemson. Back to a 1-point game.
That came out of nowhere, Evan. Great pass, big-time finish, an athletic finish. I was about to say I enjoyed Pat Scarry on the sidelines, and then we have an absolute flush.
Everything about this night has been fun. Timberlake cashing in. Wow. Impressive, hanging in the air, too.
That's a big-time shot coming off the bounce. Oh, Timberlake at 6'4", 6'5". He looks bigger than 6'4".
Plays bigger because he leaps on his passes and his shots.
So explosive, so athletic.
Brevin Galloway. Good ball movement. Chase Hunter. Yes!
And he's been good tonight. He hasn't disappeared per se, but he's just been solid the entire evening.
4 for 7 from 3. Hunter's got 13 points. We are tied at 61. Timberlake almost got the roll on the offensive glass. May can't hit it. A third chance. No! Beadle has it for Clemson.
And that's one you have to have. Christian May, the freshman, not able to knock it in. Clemson trying to take the lead for the first time what seems like a while.
How will Christian May, as a freshman, maintain his composure here on the defensive end? Gets beat by Galloway. Beautiful pass. Hemingway. Yes!
Forget about it. Great move to get downhill with the pick and roll, and they seize the extra pass in the corner. And Alex Hemingway, he's played a lot of defense today.
Big boy execution from the Clemson Tigers to take the lead. 6:39 to go. It's time for tonight's Fast Break, presented by your local Ford dealer. And I got my man Terrence Oglesby spotting up for the transition 3 in terms of ACC news and notes, Tio.
Well, now only 2 ACC teams ranked in the top 25. North Carolina falling off that boat a little bit. 4 losses in a row. This team isn't passing the ball like we've become accustomed to seeing the Tar Heels playing. Terquavion Smith, though, the other team in North Carolina. This guy is electric. He's been terrific all season. A big-time scorer, 33, 7, and 5. Are you kidding me? And then pair him up with Jarkel Joyner, an Ole Miss transfer. NC State is really good this season.
Smith and Joyner combined for 62 last night. About the Tar Heels, do you think they can turn it around? What's the key for them getting back to Tar Heel ball?
I think the bottom line is, Evan, they need to play harder. This is a team that isn't bringing intensity every day. They're not passing the ball well. They're close to the bottom in the country in assists. That's an issue moving forward. I'm used to Ty Lawson and Wayne Ellington and some of those guys and how they move the ball and play fast and transition. This North Carolina team, it's a lot of isolation ball. That needs to change in a hurry for them to compete.
Well, it's the first time in a long time that a top-ranked team in the preseason has fallen out of the poll. See if the Tar Heels can turn it around. That is tonight's Ford Fast Break.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we built the new Ford Bronco Sport for everyone. With 7 available go modes and a camera with off-road views. It's built for America.
Saturday, to be the best, you gotta beat the best. The Wolfpack are hungrier than ever. Or is this the game season? NC State, Miami, Saturday on Bally Sports South, presented by your local Ford dealer.
Thanks for sticking with us late night here in Clemson, South Carolina. 6-0 run for the Tigers over the last minute. And they have retaken the lead with some beautiful ball movement.
And Brevin Galloway, if you're playing defense right here, you need to make him use the screen. Chase Parr gets on the wrong side. You need to protect the paint, big fella. And what happens is it forces the help. And there's Alex Hemingway. He doesn't miss many of those with his feet set.
The 14th three of the game for Clemson. It's a new season high, surpassing the 13 they made against Bellarmine.
You know, Hemingway's just stayed in his lane. 12 points. Played really good defense. Been on Noah Timberlake for the majority of this game as Clemson shows a little bit of zone coming out of a timeout.
Interesting. Holden with 7 to shoot. Gets a screen from Thompson, who's back in there with 4. Holden, no. Thompson tips the rebound to himself, corrals it, and has a chance to tie it back up at the line.
And that's why he needs to stay out of foul trouble for the last 6 minutes of this game. So big, so strong, so physical. And he doesn't want just 2 points. He'll take an extra one as well.
4th foul on Ian Shefflin. Shefflin and Middlebrooks, the 2 backup bigs, each have 4. P.J. Hall with 2 fouls is back in. And Thompson at the line.
Critical for Towson on the defensive end. He just gives them that extra element of toughness, because now they're going to sub him out, protect him a little bit.
Gets the bounce off the back bracket, falls through. We're tied for the 6th time. We've had 7 lead changes. Game's been played in an 11-point window. Towson's largest lead was 7. Clemson's largest lead was 4. Hopefully both these teams are dancing in March, because they both deserve to be.
Well, both
2
certainly
quality clubs.
Yeah, certainly talented enough and well coached.
Hunter Tyson inside. Yep. Going glass for Clemson.
And that's good discipline. Cam Holden not fouling, staying straight up. Don't give them free looks at the rim.
Clemson 6 for its last 6 from the floor. Meanwhile, Timberlake has had the hot hand for the Towson Tigers.
Cam Holden just so shifty with the basketball. That's a lot of body by P.J. Hall. And that's what makes him so difficult, because you think you can switch 4 or 5 with him, but he's a point guard and he keeps you off balance with this high dribble. P.J. Hall just leaning a little too much forward. Cam Holden able to take advantage.
You were talking to me before the game about that high dribble.
It's hard to guard because it's such a change of pace to what you're typically accustomed to playing against.
Bad miss on the front end of the 1-and-1. That was the 9th Clemson team foul. Rest of the way, Towson was shooting 2. 6 team fouls for Towson. Next foul will be 1-and-1, and that's a bad pass. And well, you know, Clemson had 9 turnovers at halftime. That's only their 2nd turnover here in the first 15 minutes of the second half.
Well, they've done a better job in the second, but then again, defensively, they're able to get their defense back in front. Live ball turnovers kill you. This one doesn't necessarily do that in a low-scoring contest.
66-64, under 5 to play. Timberlake rising up, cash.
He just elevates. He is so strong in his lower body to be able to stop and pop at that level. Such a good athlete.
Nifty stuff from Timberlake. Got 19. P.J. Hall, yes, indeed.
But P.J. Hall, too, what he does when he catches the ball, they're quick moves. He doesn't stop and let the defense react.
Decisive move from P.J. He's got 20 points, 20-plus, 3 straight games now. Certainly coming into his own. Thompson to the corner. Holden thought about it. Holden doing what he does. Tyson with rebound number 11.
Good defense, Hunter Tyson. Now P.J. looked like he was hurting a little bit, left elbow, but Hunter Tyson shows you that defensive versatility we've talked about. Multiple position guy on that end of the floor.
Tyson, Galloway, Hemingway, Hall, and Hunter. Hunter to Tyson inside, chance for three.
Wow. I'm not sure about that call, but regardless, good ball movement. Hunter Tyson able to gather and go up strong. They keep moving. I don't think he was expecting it, but it doesn't matter. Big time finish, and Clemson's up 4.
No matter who you root for, we can all identify with the best in smart home security. CPI. Get our 3 most popular cameras for free during CPI's holiday sale. CPI Security. Identify yourself.
Toyotathon is on. It's the most magical time of the year with great deals on Camry, RAV4, and Tundra. Where's the Tundra?
Fields borrowed it.
What?
Keep them coming!
Right now, during Toyotathon, lease a new 2022 Toyota RAV4 LE for $299 a month for 36 months. That's just $299 a month on the Toyota RAV4.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
Good idea? Hands-free calls while driving. Bad idea? Hands-free driving. Good idea? Calling John Foy and Associates after you've been hit.
We'll move as quickly as possible to get you the care and compensation you deserve.
If you already know that a blend of tender, marbled Wagyu beef makes the best burger, good for you. Arby's Wagyu Steakhouse Burger is back. You beef genius? Arby's, we have the meat.
Works Nitro. Professional-grade battery technology engineered to give you the power to outperform. High-capacity batteries that let you do more with every charge, all with the portability and ease of the PowerShare platform. Unlock the full potential of gas-like power to get your job done better and faster than ever before. With Works, you can do more with every charge. Ready to level up your tool game? Check out the full lineup of outdoor power equipment and power tools today, only at Works.
ACC basketball is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. By Works Nitro, available at worksnitro.com. And by the Fresh Market, voted #1 best supermarket in America. First clash between Towson and Clemson in more than 35 years. 35 years and 5 days ago. Clemson won by 10. We got a 4-point game heading down the stretch here at Little John.
No, Evan, I did not play in that game.
No, I wasn't trying to imply that you were there.
If you would have told me before the game that Clemson, with about 3.5 minutes to play, was 14 of 22 from 3, I would have thought it would have been a 15-point game. But Towson has just kind of hung around, been solid for the most part. But because of the way they play defense, they're pretty help-heavy, right? Whenever Clemson's been able to get into the paint, they've collapsed, and it's resulted in some easy shots. That's why Clemson shot the ball so well.
Tyson at the line, makes it a 5-point game. It's Clemson's largest lead of the entire night. It says something about how well Towson has played. Now, along with the 14 threes, Clemson also has 20 assists on their 26 buckets. Holden and Timberlake and Thompson have kept Towson in the game. The dive, Thompson lays it in.
What a pass by Timberlake. Comes off, he's knocked down a couple of shots with that exact set. And what happens? 2 guys come towards him, and Charles Thompson wide open for an easy finish.
High-level execution from both teams, and there's a fumble. Hall lost it. Numbers for the Towson Tigers. They call an offensive foul on Ryan Conway.
And that cannot happen. 1-possession basketball game. That's a freshman making a freshman mistake. But Chase Hunter hustling back. Conway needs to give that ball up earlier to a wide open Timberlake. But put your body on the line. Take a lick is what my high school coach used to say. Good position, gets his feet set outside of the charge circle. Clemson basketball.
Just the first foul on Conway, but that one stings with a chance to get within 1 or maybe tie it up with a kick-out 3. Hunter was looking for PJ. Hemingway finds him. PJ scores.
Sometimes it's just as easy as that. Find PJ on the block and let that man work. So 10 of 16 today.
Clemson has made its last 9 field goal attempts. Timberlake around the curl again. Conway for 3. Tyson with another rebound, his 12th.
But a good offensive possession. You run your set. Defense comes in from the strong side. Conway gets that opportunity.
Clemson, their last 2 second halves. Friday against Wake, today against Towson. They are 28 for 43 from the floor. Chase Hunter looking to add to it. Nope. Battle for the board and a foul on, I believe, Hunter Tyson.
I think it might be on PJ.
You're right, and that's his 4th.
And that's tough. Now both Charles Thompson and PJ Hall have 4 fouls. A little too physical on the box out. Problem is now Towson shooting 2 free throws on every foul call.
Towson Tigers 8 of 11 from the line tonight. 70% free throw shooting as a team this season. They're 8-1, trying to get to 9-1 with an ACC road win. Charles Thompson.
60% on the year coming in. And really, it's a pretty unique set shot.
Yeah.
Right? He's been limited today by some foul trouble, but
Towson fans are still wondering what might have happened if he didn't get hurt in the quarterfinals of the CAA tournament last year. He got dinged up. He played in the semis, but he wasn't the same in that loss to Delaware. And they got upset. Winningest Division I season in Towson history. A program that did not experience a lot of winning before Pat Scarry showed up.
15 straight losing seasons before Pat Scarry showed up, and he won 1 game in year 1.
PJ Hall going to the bucket. No tip. Tyson is good.
That's tough. You have to finish possessions. You get a good defensive stand. You have to close it out. Hunter Tyson just remaining active.
75 seconds left. This is a critical possession for Towson, down 5. Timberlake wants it. No. Great block out by Hemingway. And the foul called on Towson's Cam Holden. Between Towson's and Tyson's and Hunter's has been a Tiger-filled night.
Good aggressiveness, PJ. He's kind of been the bell cow. But Hunter Tyson, he just does all the right stuff. He has 19 to boot, and he's been really, really good. 13 boards, 4 assists. He's turned into the leader of this team. Quick, fast, and in a hurry after a terrific performance against Wake Forest.
24 of 25 from the free throw line against the Deeks. Alex Hemingway. Another double-figure scoring night for the Indiana native. He's got 13. 3 straight games in double figures for Hemingway. 3-possession game.
Hemingway, just a prime example. 14 points, not that many shots. Just doing his job and letting the ball find him.
Conway clearly looking to pass. Timberlake, tough shot.
Wow.
Foul called on Middlebrooks. Thompson was trying to save the ball, and he threw it off Middlebrooks' chest. Middlebrooks kind of looked around like he's allowed to do that, but it was a basketball play right as the whistle was blown.
What a shot attempt. A little bit of hero ball, down 7. You got to get something quick, but
and you saw the jersey tug. He's trying to save it. Middlebrooks just fouled out of the game.
I'll tell you what, Middlebrooks got his money's worth on every one of those fouls. Again, he doesn't present the offensive ability, but he comes in, he's ready to mix it up. Clemson fans getting replays of this, trying to save it. There was nothing malicious or intentional.
No points, 2 rebounds, 5 fouls in 10 minutes for Middlebrooks, and we are told in our headsets that they are reviewing this sequence. I'd be shocked if they assessed anything beyond what happened.
That would be crazy. Looked like a solid basketball play. He's trying to save the ball in bounds and throw it off the other team. And he was contrite right away.
Hey, while they're reviewing this, I want to ask you something. The net rankings came out on Monday, and I don't want to ask you to make sense of these rankings, but
I was about to say, you might be asking the wrong guy.
Towson,
I'll give it a shot.
Towson was 82 in the first net rankings. Clemson was 87, and then today, for whatever reason, they dropped to 91. You look at the Ken Palm rankings, which we both respect. Clemson is about 50 spots higher than Towson in the Ken Palm.
Wow. We're going to have a flagrant one on Ben Middlebrooks for the intentional hold. And in a 3-possession basketball game, that's pretty significant, as you were saying.
Well, I was saying Clemson is 50 spots higher than Towson and Ken Palm, but Towson's the higher-ranked team in the net. Can you make sense of that for me?
Nope. You want the short answer or the long answer?
Let's move on.
You want the short answer or the long answer? I don't know how any of this works until about midway through conference play. So now there's a flagrant one. We have a flagrant one.
Yeah, but that's huge with 55 seconds to go. Possessions are limited. Important free throws for Charles Thompson. Middlebrook still fouls out. You surprised by that determination from this veteran officiating crew?
Well, it's a non-basketball related play, right? Reaches up, grabs a shirt. I guess by definition, it is a flagrant one, and I'm not going to argue with my man Raymond.
Thompson.
But I mean, Middlebrooks, that's where he brings value, right, with his physicality. Just can't do that.
Nope.
2 big misses.
The first one was short, and the second was very long. One more look at what was determined to be a flagrant on Middlebrooks.
And you see the foul, just a nice move to attack the offensive boards. Middlebrooks just grabbing jersey.
I'd argue that's a basketball play. It's a foul, but it's a basketball play. You get your jersey tugged all the time, and, well, Towson, ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. So they get no points out of it. And then they turn the basketball over. Now Towson going to extend out into full court. 53.5 seconds to go. Imagine a foul game begins. That's tough. You have to hit free throws there, and you have to get a shot off.
Yep.
Especially when you have time to organize yourself.
Sure.
The baseline out of bounds.
I'm thinking they scored 4 or 5 points that trip. It's a 1-possession game. Instead, still a 3-possession game. Pat Scarry calling for a foul. Instead, it's a steal. Holden, the steal. He missed the dunk.
Oh, wow.
Hemingway, the rebound, and he's fouled with 41.5 left.
And that's just not it. If you're Cam Holden, they're trying to foul. He ends up getting a steal. That's a point you have to have. I appreciate the aggressiveness, but Chase Hunter goes up and contests that and doesn't even touch him. He just couldn't get up high enough.
Russell picks up his scores.
You need those points.
Yeah, let's,
it's 2 free. You miss 2 free throws. You turn the ball over on a baseline out of bounds, and then you miss a layup. I mean,
it's not how you win on the road.
Yeah, exactly right. Lost opportunities on the road. Then you fouled Clemson's best free throw shooter.
Clemson extends its lead with Hemingway at the line.
This does not feel like it's been an 8-point game.
No.
I mean, it has been close all the way through up until these last, minute and a half. Interesting lineup. Now Shefflin in the game instead of P.J. Hall. Look for Clemson. They're going to switch 1 through 5 here at the end to protect against potential 3 points.
8-point game. Timberlake takes it. Rebound for Tyson, his 14th, and that should just about do it. And the Clemson Tigers are 26 seconds away from their 10th consecutive win here at Little John Coliseum.
This was a toughness win at the end of the day. I mean, Towson really brought the physicality in the first half. Clemson didn't shoot it quite as well in the second, but it was P.J. Hall being really efficient. It was Hunter Tyson having a big night.
Career high 14 rebounds. closing in on his career high in points. He's got 20 now. Had 24 in the double overtime victory against Penn State last week. By the end of the year, if he stays healthy, he'll end up being the all-time leader in games played in Clemson basketball history. 1 for 2, 9-point game. That's Gary barking instructions. They're going to get a shot off. It's Russell who missed it. Timberlake on the glass, puts it in, makes it a 7-point game, and Scary takes the timeout with 14.4 remaining.
I like it. Make it last as long as possible for a 9 o'clock tip.
That was Cornell's game plan against Miami earlier tonight. And they got it. They had to look at the buzzer to win against the Hurricanes at the Wasco Center in a 212-point basketball game.
How about that?
Worming and G-Man had a wild one tonight. We've had a fantastic contest as well. Tremendous doubleheader this evening. Grateful to be courtside at Little John with Terrence Oglesby.
I mean, even this game, a lot of points.
Yeah.
Have a lot of different guys performing really well. Hunter Tyson has been terrific. We all know what PJ Hall is, but you know, you want to. We've talked a lot about Towson's guys, and they certainly have talent. But this Clemson team could be the biggest surprise in the Atlantic Coast Conference because of how well they're playing together. And then you have Chase Hunter stepping up to a different level, and Hunter Tyson stepping up to a different level. That is a monster night. 20 and 14. Now, I don't know where Hunter Tyson's going to end up after this season, but he's going to be able to play for money.
Timberlake went for the steal, called for the foul. Clemson gets no points from Brevin Galloway tonight. He's only taken 2 shots. He's played 25 minutes. Very quiet out there. And yet Brad Brownell's team looks like they're going to win again. Only one of their next 6 games are here at Little John Coliseum. Loyola, Chicago, and Atlanta. Then they play Richmond and Greenville, which is a de facto home game. At Georgia Tech. And they're home for NC State December 30th before they go on the road to start the new year in Blacksburg and Pittsburgh. Of course, after they play 5 of their next 6 away from Little John, they have 4 to 5 after that at home. So it all balances out.
It eventually does. Just a matter of if you're able to get off to a hot start in ACC play. Obviously, against Wake Forest, they were able to do that. But another impressive win.
Final score is not going to be as close as this battle really was for about 39, 38 minutes. Conway at the buzzer puts it in with half a second to go. Makes it a little more respectable on the final tote board, but an 80-75 win for the Clemson Tigers. Brad Brownell's team survives this Tiger tussle tonight at Little John Coliseum.
2 teams really competed hard. Towson's going to be a handful for anybody they play in the CAA, and Clemson just so efficient